Hello and welcome. In Adopt Unity Not Uniformity project, we promote unity because it brings prosperity, happiness, and an environment of inclusivity. In Adopt Unity Not Uniformity project, we always try to learn from prominent religious, political, motivational, and thought leaders. Today, we are with Mayor Gary Singh from city of Mantika, who leads very diverse population of Mantika, and its population is approximately 90,000 people from different backgrounds, beliefs, thoughts, and religions. Under his leadership, Mantika grown up a lot and it becomes a popular city and a favorite city for residents and entrepreneurs to do business and live in. Even if it is the best or the first choice for the immigrants to live in. So we will talk to him today and know what his mean to unity and how it is different from uniformity.
Yes, first of all, thank you for having me today. This is a really interesting topic to speak about, and honestly, it's one of those topics that I really live by every day in my life. So I'm really happy to be here today and start discussing some of the things that we are doing here in the city of Mantika to bring unity and not uniformity. So as you said, the city is definitely a very growing city. I've been here a long time myself, pretty much grew in the community, me being a Sikh and a Indian descent. When I first grew up in this community, I was the only Sikh in the town, in my whole school. So it was very different times. Mantika at that time was only about 20,000 people. And today, like you said, it's 90,000 plus. So we have grown quite a bit. And of course, it's wonderful with the growth, but of course that comes with its challenges. So happy to start and let's discuss about it.
It's very good. So as you said, when you were here, it was just 20,000 people. So, and you are the very few people, they start living from different religions, they were actually living here before, and different thoughts or beliefs. Did you face any challenges?
Oh yes, very much. So as a kid, I went to school here locally. I was the only, we'll say, brown kid that went to school. And people were, unfortunately, there's a lot of ignorance, and people were not educated in the different parts of the world, and that there's other religions and ethnicities that exist. So unfortunately, as a kid, I was bullied a lot in school, and just because I looked different or I dressed differently. So that was a challenge. Even as my father, who was a business owner in this town, one of the first Indian business owners, unfortunately, racism was pretty present. There was individuals out there that believed that he shouldn't be doing business in Mantika, and would break our windows or things like that. So yeah, we faced very much diversity early on in my time here, but that also shows the perseverance of us growing through it. And you are seeing someone that was bullied and beat up on his way home, or nobody. I was the quiet kid in the background of the class because I was afraid. Also learning the English language, it was tough, and so facing those times, this is a great time that you're showing that we are changing as a community and as the world, because a kid that was just sitting there now is the mayor of the city of Mantika.
So actually you already know that. So what the uniformity is and how he experienced that uniformity and then try to promote the unity. And the path was, obviously was not an easy from a common man to become a mayor of the city.
Of course. Yeah, so like I said, unity and is what I live and breathe. I am your example of it.
Yes.
I was, I guess you could say that I was the person that was stuck in uniformity because people wanted uniformity, and I came and fought against that. And now I have also worked really hard to educate the public and understand that we are all the human beings and human race, and we are actually much stronger together as the melting pot instead of saying that this is mine and this is yours. So that's what unity stands for me, is bringing everyone together, because we can solve much more bigger issues and problems and be a much better community if we are together and united. So like if you want to say about of course in politics it's already happening with just someone like me who is getting elected or has been elected in this community, but also within our workforce in our community we're trying to diversify, and may that be color, race, gender, ethnicity, may it be the way you show your marriage standards or anything like that. But I always am a believer that as the leader of this community, I represent everyone.
So I will say you are not the leader of one community, you are the leader of the diverse community.
Correct.
And you feel that the actual meaning of unity.
Yes.
And how it makes a better world.
Of course.
And creates a happiness.
Yes, no, you are correct, and that's definitely the difference that, like I said, I represent everyone. Yes. I don't represent one person. I am a Sikh and I am an Indian, but I just don't represent them. One of the unique things that I will say that I have done when I first got elected to this day is I have always been very open door and open arms. I go to our Gurdwara, our temple, but you know what? I also go to the mosque. I also go to all the different types of churches, maybe Christian, Catholic, maybe any denomination. I am very open to go and see all of them and educate myself in understanding all of our diversity. And I can tell you one thing, after going to all these places, we're all pretty much teaching the same thing.
Yes.
There's not much different.
Just the mind.
It's just the mind. It's all in the mind.
Okay, you already explained that, you take all these steps and encourage the diversity and inclusion. But could you explain how you promote unity and diversity in your office and in the constituency?
Sure. So, first of all, the city of Antika's motto is the family city.
Yes. It's the name of
it doesn't say, a Caucasian family city or the Indian family city. It says the family city.
Yes.
That means it's for all families. So we have really lived by that. In our office, we really work hard to make sure that we have a diverse workforce. Diversity is key to everything. So we've really worked over time is that understanding that there's different ways of thinking with individuals from different backgrounds. So we try to make sure we bring people on, employees, and hire individuals that are from diverse backgrounds. And not only just ethnicity or their backgrounds, but also age groups. There's, you don't want just to have some, maybe elderly, maybe middle-aged. We like to try to have a diverse background where we have individuals that work in their 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, all the way up in the community, because they all bring their own different perspective.
That's good.
And that's how we unite. And also, then our constituency and the people in our community also get to see a very diverse workforce, and they can relate to that.
Yes.
And so that relationship also helps promote unity within our community.
Yes. I think he believes that the diversity not means the race, color, gender or anything. Like we sit together, we are diverse.
Yeah, we are.
But we need to judge each other from the inner values.
Correct.
What we have, what we educate and what we develop. It brings the brainstorm and develop new things.
Yes.
New ideas.
Of course.
So this is the thing, how you apply the diversity, inclusion and unity in your office. But how you measure that is actually implemented in your office and constituency. What are the real steps?
Right. So, that's always the tough part, right?
Yes.
Because it always looks good on paper that, hey, we are promoting diversity, we are promoting
Yes.
unity, but how is it actually happening? And I think really the way that it actually you can measure it is in how happy your workforce is.
Yes.
That's really a great way when individuals are not, getting up every morning and they're saying, man, I gotta go to work today. Oh man, I wish I could just stay home. No, when people are excited to come to work, that tells you that it is a very much happy workforce, and also the environment is something that they want to be around.
Yes.
And that's, I think, a very good measuring stick on figuring out that not only have we promoted unity, but we have expanded it to where our workforce actually appreciates it. So, we have gatherings within our workforce where everybody comes together. And the thing is, you have to understand the city is very large. We have so many departments. We have over 500 employees.
Yes.
So there's sometimes we do have gatherings where we invite everyone and that could be from the guy that picks up your garbage to the city manager, the city engineer, the departments that may never see each other on an everyday basis. We bring them all together, and we also tell them, and I show up to these because they may never see the city council or the mayor.
Yes.
But I go to the workforce, the front lines, and tell them, we appreciate what you do and we thank you for what you do. So that's how I think the measuring stick really starts when it comes to my workforce.
That's good. That's the best idea to create a happy work environment.
Yes.
When it's a happy work environment, you can get a full potential of your employees. They are motivated and they can work more.
I don't have to ask them to work. They want to work because
they are
they're motivated. They want to make sure they do the best.
Yes, that's great. So you promoted the unity, diversity and inclusion. It's already there. But what do you think how the leadership plays a role in implementing the unity, and how the leadership should be to implement the unity?
So again, the first word in everything you just said is leadership,
Yes.
right? So it starts with leadership. If I'm just saying it and not living it, then nobody else is going to follow.
Yes, that's true.
It's always great to write it down and say that I believe in unity or I believe in diversity. But if you actually don't live and breathe it and practice it in your everyday life, then nobody else is going to either. They're going to just say, oh, it's just one of the rules
Yes.
that we're supposed to follow, but nobody really does anything. So that's where like I said, I try to also be diverse in my way of thinking. That maybe what I'm saying is not always right. Maybe my management, what they're thinking is not always right. So sometimes I do also go to the bottom of our workforce and talk to the people that are out on the streets working every day. People that are fixing our streets, picking up our garbage, turning on your water. I talk to those people and say, hey, how can we make your work easier, better? I talk to our police officers. I go on a ride along with our police officers and ask them, what do you need? I understand, it's not always necessarily about pay.
Yes.
People always think, well, oh yeah, everybody wants to get paid more. No, what do you need? How can we help to make your
Yes.
job easier? And what do you think will make you more efficient in your job? And so that's where leadership comes in and says, you know what, I'm the mayor, but that doesn't mean I'm untouchable.
Yes.
You can come and talk to me. And so that approachability is really, I think, what allows me to be a good leader and also allow our workforce to have that connection all the way to the top.
So it means lead by example, gives the others, communities and the workforce and the surroundings. It allows us to apply reflection to us and understand the others' point of views.
Yes, you got
And
it.
it creates innovation,
Yes.
right? So when leaders lead by example and they understand, like you already feel the unity, what it means and how important it is. What do you think, how much unity contributes to the education, innovation and development?
I think it's huge. Like I said, because if we are united and diverse, that is going to there's going to be a lot more ideas, a lot more things that people can talk about and bring to the table, because what I may think of is an issue or I think is a solution, you might think is different.
Yes.
And if we can bring something together that's even going to be an even better solution, that's how that happens. You know, it really creates the ultimate think tank. And that's what we need in communities. And it's not just the city, but even in small organizations or businesses, everything, they're always looking for a diverse think tank, and that's only done if we're united. And so it is very key to us moving forward, but also moving forward together.
Yes. So together we can achieve anything.
Yes.
Like we say, United States of America.
Exactly.
The states are united. That's why America is on the top of economy, innovation and development.
Yeah, so it comes back to that, you know, we are only powerful if we're united.
We are united.
Yes.
So as we learn from every step and every movement, diversity, inclusion and unity brings prosperity, happiness, as well as development, brainstorm new ideas, thoughts. It also allows us to celebrate diverse backgrounds, diverse religions, thoughts. It brings a lot to create a better world. We are very thankful to Gary Singh to give us his precious time and insights on unity. We learned a lot from him on unity because he actually feels he's an example and he leads by example. Like, we don't know anybody in the city that much, but we just asked him and he came and gave us our time. We are very thankful to him.
Thank you, and thank you for having me.
Thank you.